Welcome aboard this live launch with Hunky Dory TV. The crafting captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign and we are now cleared for takeoff. In preparation for launch, please ensure all of your troubles and worries are properly stowed. You won't be needing those today. Our flight time will be a craft-filled 60 minutes or more, and the Hunky Dory crew are now ready for departure. At this time, we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our video presentation. Live launch takeoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have live launch liftoff.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the third live launch of the week. We are having such an exciting and busy week here at Hunky Dory Towers.
You said the third.
It's the third.
It's not.
Is it not?
No, because it's Thursday today.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
What about Monday?
It's craft show.
Oh, tried to.
She's trying to say I don't know my stuff.
I tried so hard then.
But if you heard the tones of Natalie, she is in the demonstration station. Good morning.
Hi.
You are looking very spring today.
Well, you know, you've got to embrace it at some point.
Are you bringing the sunshine into our office?
I'm bringing the sunshine into everyone's life today.
I like it. You've got your positive pants on this morning.
I have.
So I would love to know in the comments who went on the website yesterday and got our new club gift.
I think it was everyone.
It was everybody, wasn't it?
It really was. I'd be surprised if there's any left by tomorrow.
Oh, no. Well, it was super busy, but don't worry, if you haven't got it, there is definitely still some left. So it's Peacock Garden. We'll do a little recap of that later on in this show. But I was a little bit jealous yesterday of you and Dan.
Was you?
Yeah, because it was a good show today.
Well, it's going to be an even better show today.
It is, isn't it? I know. You know, Dan, he comes in, he swans in, and he picks these shows.
He does. He genuinely did remove someone from the show so he could do it. But that wasn't from me.
So let us know in the comments if you've picked yours up, what you thought of it, if you love it, if you can't wait to start crafting with it. We definitely want to know. But let's get on with the show and let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly. So 5 lucky winners can win our Animal Kingdom second season. So it's worth £19.99. If you saw this kit when it launched, you will know how incredibly beautiful this is. It's full of beautiful animals and the artwork is just absolutely stunning. So the question that you need to answer to get this week's prize is the following. What are rainbows that occur at night called? Are they A, sleepy bows, are they B, star bows, or are they C, moon bows? So we will announce the winners tomorrow. Like I said, there'll be 5. And all we need you to do is like, share and comment your answer on this video. And then that's all you need to do and we'll pick 5 lucky winners. But
do you know what the answer is, Kel?
I only feel like I know what the answer is from watching the shows this week and seeing a lot of comments coming in for C.
Okay.
For moon bows, but I don't know if that's right.
I'll send you a link to a documentary. It's really cool.
Oh, is it a conspiracy? Is it real?
No, it's real. It's real. It was on National Geographic.
Oh, that's very sophisticated viewing for you, Natalie.
Well, it's on Disney Plus, so.
Okay.
You know, watching Canto, watching a thing equals itself out.
I mean, that's the sort of documentary I like from Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I think I'll be able to understand that one fine. But shall we have a look what we have launched today? So our incredible designers have given us not 1 but 2 Pyramount topper collections. So there's, like I said, 2 and they are called Hobbies and Pastimes and Bright and Beautiful. So it was, I think, well, Alan Kenyon designed these, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And they launched yesterday with Pauline on Creating Crafts. If you watched that show, you'll have seen some amazing inspiration. But I think they're a really cool thing to have in your stash, aren't they?
Oh yeah, definitely. And me and Emily was looking through the packs before just to show how much you get for just $11.99.
It is crazy.
There's 16 sheets in here, and it will make up 48 Pyramount toppers. And as well, there's 24 designs, so you can see there's 3 on each page, and you get like the foiled and die cut like base of your topper, and then you can layer up with these elements here to create that incredible dimension. And of course, we know we filled these sheets up for you. Look at all the sentiments we've got down here. So I think if every sheet is the same, there's 2 different sentiments for each, which just gives you such a huge variety of things you can do with these. And
I think so.
And of course, I know a little bit about Natalie's demos today, and you know, you don't have to stay safe with these. You can put these toppers on all sorts of different card shapes and card blanks. Like, we've given you the freedom by just having like the toppers here. And I know, you know, you can use these with little books, like little book pages you've got, any adorable scoreable you've got in there, but as you've just seen, there's an incredible range of beautiful artworks, like more painterly styles. And so this was the Hobbies and Pastimes collection, so slightly more tailored to male. But, you know, you can mix and match these. If you get both kits together, you know, the price does come down, and that goes to £19.98. So you'll save £4, and then you've got all the options there available, and you can mix and match them. It depends who you're sending it to, what they like. But do you know, on this one, there's racing cars, there's golf, there's, you know, reading, gardening, football. There's so much there that, you know, you can make up. But I think we'll come straight to Nat and just see how you put one of these together.
Okay, so we'll start off by putting it together so you can see how it builds up, how you just make the bits and pieces, and then we're going to create a card from that. So what you want to do is you want to pop out the bits and pieces that coordinate together, and we're going to go with the sailing boat, and then we're going to go with enjoy your day. So let's pop that sentiment out, and we'll pop that sheet over there, and then we're going to get our foam pads. Now, I would recommend using the thin strip foam pads for these, and you'll understand why in a moment, because when we get our toppers, they're sort of divided up into different layers, and the layers are inside each other, which is really clever. It saves a lot of space and gives us more ability to pop lots of different artwork on there. So I'm going to take my strip foam pads now, and I'm going to place it around the aperture that has been created here with this design. So I'm going to go all the way around, and the reason why the thin foam pads are the best to use is because it leaves you with enough space where you can layer up your toppers, but you're not going to be able to see any sort of gaps in there. You're not going to have any tape or foam pads in the center where you don't want it. And then once that's done, let's pop this centrally, and we can layer this up. So that's just making sure that the artwork sort of lines up with each other to create that sort of really nice dimension. And then again, I'm going to do the same. I'm actually going to put my foam pads onto the last layer. You can do it on the opposite side, but when you're doing it on the opposite side, I would recommend going around the edge of your piece if you're going to do it that way. But I'm going to do it onto these bases. So then pull off your strips, and again, you want to place it where it's going to go. And then finally, with the last one, we can go down the center with this one, because you don't have that gap in there. And if you don't want to use this one, if you just want to do 3 layers, you can do that as well. But we're going to use all the bits and pieces here, get as much dimension as possible. And that is how easy it is to build up. Let's just move that down ever so slightly, because it is just out a little bit. There we go. And that's how easy it is to build up your pyramage. Now, what we're going to do today is do a few different fancy fold ideas that we can layer up our images onto. So the first one I'm going to do is a little easel. Now, to start off with, I've chosen 2 sort of colours and designs that I've picked out from my topper. So we've got the red from our adorable scoreable, and we've got this really nice grungy background from one of our duo tone paper pads. I'm going to start off by creating our card blank. So every single demo we're doing today, we're not using card blanks, we're going to create them ourselves. So the first one we're going to do is going to be an easel. So I'm going to score this at 2.5, and then I'm going to score it at 5.
Chris has a question, Natalie.
Yeah?
Can you build these the other way around?
You can build them the other way around. We'll do that in the next demonstration. So you can build them backwards, and then you will create your invitage. So this is the shape we're going to get with our card blank, and then what we're going to do is cut and layer. So I've got some gold mirror all ready to go. I've got one that is 4 3/4, and then I've got 2 which are 1 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that's going to make our nice mats and layers. Then I'm going to cut down this piece here. So let's just double check the size that we need to do here. So I think I'm going to cut it to, let's just double check the size of this one. Yeah, I'm going to take it to 2 notches below the size of my mirror, and that's going to give me a nice little edge, but then we've got that detail in there. So 1 square one, and then we'll do exactly the same. We're going to cut it down to 2 notches below 2 1/4. Then we can lay these on, and to do that we're going to use our construction glue. So first of all, let's stick our pieces to our mirror. So we've got 2 pieces of blue, and we've got our square as well. So let's stick those on nicely onto here.
What are these papers from, did you say? A Duo
It's from our Duo Design paper pad, yeah. I think it's the Cottage Garden one.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not. It's one of the grungier ones. But it is still available on the website. I think it was from the last set that we launched. Emily will be able to find it for us. And then our last piece, we're going to stick our blue to our silver. So let's go with that. You want to add as much on as you can, because obviously we're sticking this onto mirror. It will hold, but it does take a little bit longer just to sit. But now we've got those bits on, we can add them straight onto our card base. So 1 on the bottom, which is going to fit in this space really nicely and give you just that real crisp layering effect there by adding all of those pieces together. And then we're going to pop 1 on the top and 1 in that center piece, and then we'll stick our Pyramount.
We've got a comment here, Natalie,
Straight on.
about from Dawn, who has said she would really like something to appeal to younger buyers. Would you say that what we are going to launch on Monday fits that?
I think so, definitely. Monday's launch is really, really fun.
It's very
exciting.
trendy, I would say.
It's super on trend. I think it's something that's really gonna appeal to them. And I think I think it doesn't necessarily depend on the kit itself. It depends on how you compose your cards and how you put them together, which will appeal to sort of different and younger audiences. So let's pop our Pyramount now on there, and I'm going to use foam pads to do that. We'll use our bigger ones, and I'm just going to pop them on the first half of the top there, and then I'll use the rest on my topper, and this is also going to act as a stopper for this card. So let's pop this in the center, and that's going to sit nicely on there, and then our stopper, which is going to be our sentiment, then can fit in the edge there. But before we finish it off, what I'm going to do is to tie in this with this sort of really nice nautical theme. I've got some sort of like really nice woven twine, more like a rope texture. I'm just going to stick that over my card, and then we'll trim it down. So with a little bit of double-sided tape, I'm going to pop it on here, and I kind of want those frayed rough edges from this as well. So just, you can bring it out as much as you need to, and then again trim those edges so it's quite rough and it adds to that real nautical theme that we've got going on here. And just lift that ever so slightly in the centre, and then we can get that pulled out a little bit more.
I have a friend who's just bought a boat.
Really?
I have, yeah. So I was
to sail with?
Yeah, so I was imagining some sort of yacht, you know, fancy
thing that you can all go on trips with.
Yeah, but I don't think it's quite like that. I've seen a picture. It needs a lot of work, so at the minute I don't know if I'm quite comfortable to go on the boat.
No, I would maybe stay off it until you know that it's like safe and you're not gonna die. But that's pretty cool.
I know. So when it gets a bit nicer, hopefully they'll have done some work and we can. I don't know where they're going to put it. Possibly in the lake somewhere.
Ooh, very
so that'll be nice.
Okay, so a few gemstones just to finish it off, and there you have a really different easel card look with your pyramage just on top of there.
That looks really good.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's really cool. And then you can see what we were saying before as well, that these toppers, you can put them with all sorts that you've got in your stash. So here we've just got, you know, some of our core colours of Adorable Scoreable, the Duo Design paper pads, and it works, doesn't it? Perfect.
It does.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So let's have a look at the next one, which is our Bright and Beautiful collection. So I know in the first one I showed you, I didn't say that you get 2 sheets of each, but you do. And so this one is, you know, more stylish designs for our ladies out there. Just beautiful butterflies and some just beautiful colours. Oh look, that might go with our little peacock garden. Got another little peacock there. I like as well how we've got some, you know, really nice traditional painterly artwork there. And then some almost like an Eastern charm, birthday cakes. Just beautiful. And you know, like Natalie said when she was doing that demo, you don't have to use all the pieces, you don't have to completely layer it up. You can save some. I mean, you can just use these as a topper if you want to. But some of the sentiments included in here are many thanks, get well, there's congratulations to a lovely friend. And you can see we've got a range of silver and gold toppers. I love those little birds at the top, they're so sweet.
It's really nice, isn't it? And I think a nice range of artwork as well. There's some contemporary bits in there, but there's also some really classic images.
Lovely cottages down there, which, you know, are always favourites of ours. Just such nice colours as well. Do you know, so you could, if you wanted to, make up a lot of them, have them all ready just to send to your friends and family. But I'm going to show you some of the cards that the team have made with these.
There's some really nice examples of how you can create different cards with these.
Look at this. Is this a cat? Oh, it is. I knew straight away. It was our cat's card.
It's a good way of using it though, because there are some white and black spotty bits on that. So it is just utilising all of those bits and pieces that you've got. This one's very cool.
Oh, is it? Oh, it looks fine to me. There we go. So we've got that beautiful butterfly. We've got here another little steppercorn. Oh, that's really nice. Using the 2 sentiments that come with the kit there. I'm liking all this, adding little bits of ribbon
and stuff. It's good, isn't it?
Oh, this is a really nice one. So I think here we've used one of our duo stitch nesting dies to get this circle, and then just popped that topper in the middle, and you can see, you know, how it all layers up beautifully there. Got this one.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's really pretty, isn't it?
Really, really nice.
Because I know sometimes it takes, like, to see the inspiration, like what you could do with the topper, but that looks really nice on that card. Those colours look beautiful. Oh yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? So many lovely designs here. I think Kat's made quite a few of these, you know.
That one's very pretty, isn't it?
It's
a different fold again.
Yep. And so we'll put all these on our website. They'll be on Pinterest, on Facebook. So if you've got these and you're struggling how to put these onto different card shapes, you know, everything will be there for you. So you can have a good look through, copy some of the designs, tweak some of the designs, make your own variations of these. And of course, if you want to show us any, we would love to see. And again, that one's $11.99, but of course, if you want both of them, grab them for $19.98, and that saves you £4. So makes sense to get them both for sure. So we're going to come straight back to Natalie for another demo.
So let's show you now how to do it as Invitage, if that's something you want to do. You can only get 3 layers if we're doing it this way, because you obviously don't have that space within the 3rd and the 4th sort of topper elements. So just pop them out, and then this time I've added my tape to the back of my pieces. So I'm going to start off with the 3rd one sort of in view, and then we'll take off this section here. The next parts we need for our other card, and this is going to be like a little bit of a pop-up card, and I did this on Create and Craft with our Memorable Moments collection. I just think it's really quite fun. So we're going to start off with a piece of 8x8 mirror. You can use 8x8 adorable scoreable for this, you can use anything, but it needs to be 8x8, and then we're going to score it at 4 and 4 to create a little element here where you've got 4 sort of sections. And then what we're going to do is I'll bring in my trimmer, and we're just going to cut at 4 all the way up to that center point, and then we're going to bring in, if I have one, my smallest embossing tool. Now I'm going to do it this way just because I personally find it so much easier. So using my ruler, I'm going to line up those 2 score lines. I'm going to diagonally create a score across here. Now you need the smallest embossing tool if you have it, or you could use your score tool as well. You can use that. You just want to go across here like that, but you can create a score there. We'll turn it over and we'll create another score on these top pieces. So on you want to have 2 scores at the top, and then you want to have this bit that is open. So then what we'll do is we'll fold this inwards like that. I'm going to fold the top section inwards, and then your 2 triangular sections we're actually going to fold outwards. So just fold it, make sure it's nice and scored, it's all burnished correctly, and then what is going to happen is we're going to create a card that looks something like this. So now it's just a case of layering it up. Now to do that, I've chosen the iridescent glass, and I've gone for a really nice pink colour, just to bring out the pinks that we've got within this collection. And then we're also using a Duotones paper pad. Now this is matte and this is glossy, but it is going to work when we layer it up. So what you want to do is you want to create 4 squares that are, I've gone in at 2 inches below my 4x4 mirror. So you want to create 4 squares that are like that. And then with one of your squares, we're going to bring in our trimmer, and we are going to cut this down the center point. And then what I'm going to do is just place this on here so that we can get our layers correct. I just need to then trim this down ever so slightly. So if you get a pencil, we can just sort of pop that in place and then mark where we want to trim it down. So make sure it is in line, and then we'll trim that ever so slightly on there, and hope that that's going to give us that nice edge that we need. Maybe just go a little bit smaller, but this is all about sort of trial and error with this. When you're doing triangles, you can't, there's no sort of formula to be able to get it correct. So keep going until you get sort of the right angle on there that you are happy with. I think what I'll do is just sort of try and straighten that line out with my trimmer.
I think as well, if you take a little bit off each time like you are, you're not going to make a mistake. It's better, isn't it, doing it a tiny bit rather than taking off a chunk. And
Definitely.
Then it's not right.
You don't want it to be wrong, do you? So let's pop that now. Let's see where we're at. I think that'll do. I'm just going to trim away this piece here. And then what you can do as well is use these elements as like a guide for the next one that you need to do. So instead of using my trimmer this time, I'm actually just going to use my scissors to go along here, because I know if one's right, then the other one's going to be right as well. So let's pop that on there, and then we can get to layering up. So what we need to do now is just create a square that is 2 notches below 4 and 3 3/4, so that we can mat and layer that onto here. So we've got one that's going to go onto our square, and then we need to do the exact same again. Hopefully this will be the right size. Perfect. And then we're going to trim it, and then we can stick these onto our pieces here. So again, you just need to take a little bit off that. So I'm going to do it that at 1.
I really like this pink colour.
On there. It's really cool, isn't it?
It's like a bubble gum.
I think when you can't find something, because I was looking for a floral background that matched this, and we've got so many florals in our pattern packs, in our duo design pads, but I couldn't find one that was right.
Yeah.
And this is like a really nice just mix of sort of like that glistening glass effect, but it works really, really nicely. So I'm just going to double check that this is the right size, and it is. And then we can start layering this all up again. So what I'm going to do is just stick my layers on with some construction glue, but this time I'm going to use tape to stick this onto my mirror. So pop that on here, and then we'll flip these over. I'm going to get 2 square ones to start off with, because these are going to be our base layers on the bottom of our card. So just stick that in place.
The pink shimmer card is our iridescent glass selection, isn't it?
Yeah, iridescent glass selection. There's loads of colours in there. You've got blues, you've got greens. But this is the really nice pink selection. So pop that on here. And when we do this as well, I'm going to add some ribbon, because we need a way of tying this. So I'm just going to bring in a little piece of ribbon, and I'll cut it to sort of like the size that we need. Oh, we're getting all stuck together here. Oh no. So 2 sort of strips of ribbon, and we can always sort of pull these back. So I'm going to pop 1 piece on here and just wedge that in with a bit of tape. 1 piece on there. Another piece that we've cut, where is it? Over here. So you kind of want to get them in line if you can.
I have no idea what this card is going to look like when it's finished.
Well, we'll see, because we're getting there. We are getting there. And then I'm going to stick my panels over here, and you're going to have that really nice thin bit of silver just popping through, which is going to match up with the silver that we've got popping through on the topper that we're going to add onto here, because remember, we're using our Invitage that we have created. Then with our other panels, I'm going to stick these on here. So we've got 2 for there, and we've got 2 for the other side as well. So again, with some tape, find the end. Here we go. And it's fun sometimes to use different card shapes and experiment and try them out. I've never, this is probably the 2nd time I've done this type of design. With my card makes. Like I said, I did it on Create and Graph with the Memorable Moments collection, but it's really fun. It's different, and also it's kind of more than just a card when it's finished, because it's something that you can have on the mantelpiece, and it looks really, really nice. So stick that on there. We've got another one to stick, and these are the ones that we've just cut down, and then I'll add my tape again onto here.
Some people already have popped these in their baskets and bought them.
Would be, definitely. You don't want to miss out on this, because it is a really cool thing to have in the collection. So once that's done, we can now put these onto our mirror, decorate those top panels. So again, try and make sure that you've got that nice edge of the silver popping through on there, and then we'll stick this piece down onto here, and do the other side. And then it's just about adding our topper. Now, I did say it's going to be a little pop-up card, so we are going to need to make a little sort of stand that we can stick that on with. So we'll do that with a piece of this iridescent cardstock that we've got. So layering these up so you can see how this is coming together and how it's really working quite nicely. So add that together. Then what we'll do is we're going to pop this on here, and this is going to be the piece that sort of pops up. So with this leftover piece that we've got, I'm going to cut this to say 1.5 inches, and then I'll bring in my scoreboard and I'm going to sort of trim it. I'll score it at 1 and at 2 and at 3, but the 3 is just going to be a guide because we're going to sort of cut that away. So if I bring in my scissors and just trim that off, so it wants to be 1.5 inches by 3, and then we're going to score it each time at 1, and then that is going to be, if you fold it in like a Z fold, that is going to be our sort of pop-up element on here. So now what we can do is stick this to the back. This is going to be the challenging bit because you've got that dimension on the back instead of, if you were doing it at Pyramount, it wouldn't have been as obvious. So the easiest thing to do is to add foam pads to refill in that dimension. So 1 on there, 1 on there, and then we'll put a second piece on here. And what else I'm going to do as well is just add a tiny bit of tape. We'll use our super skinny tape for this, and I think there's one open from yesterday. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Add that on there, peel that off, and then we can stick our tab. So we want it to fold up this way. So our tab is going to go on the back piece here.
This is very clever.
I tried to be Kelly.
It's all those documentaries you've been watching.
And then on the back piece here, we're going to add a bit more of our tape to stick this to our panel. So now this will go in the center here, and you need to be careful with this because you can also fold this to close it. So you need to make sure that it's not going over those score lines. So pop that on there, which will pop up nicely when we bring our card to life. Just score in those bits so it does come up and sit up when you do it. And then I'm going to bring across, it's going to sit in this way like this. So bring across your pieces now, and you can tie this in a bow, and this is how you'll sort of keep your card together, or your recipient will keep the card together when you receive it. So we'll tie that in there, and we'll add in our other sentiments. I'm going to put one on either side. We've got have a lovely day, and then the other one reads have a terrific day. Oh no, it doesn't. Have a terrific day and to a lovely friend. So have a terrific day can go up there, lovely friend can go up here, and then the best thing about this is that we can close it. So what you can do is you can fold this over and tie this together here. So another thing I would recommend you doing is recreate those layers with your silver and your pink and your iridescent mirror. Pop that on top, and then because you get doubles of this, you can put one of the sheets on the Pyramounts on the front to make a really nice front cover, and then when you open it up, you'll get this really nice image with the pop-up on the inside. So let's just sort of pop a little bow on here like we did before, and then what we can do
that would be a lovely
show
surprise.
you exactly how this looks. But how sort of uplifting is this little pop-up card that you can send off to your friends and really brighten their day. And like I said, it is a little bit more than just a card.
Yeah, no,
it's a really cool fold, and I really like creating it.
There was a comment before from Andrea, and she said, I am so glad you have shown this design of card as I saw it on Create and Craft and couldn't remember how to do it. So
well,
there you go.
Now you can watch back on YouTube, find the point and remember how to make it every single time.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I
You're
really enjoyed
welcome.
that. And when Chris asked before about layering it up the other way, I was tempted to say no. But what do I know? You can do Invitage too.
You can do it.
So thank you so much. But I know before I went off our little schedule, Emily will be telling me off after, but let's just have a look at the VT so you can see more of these wonderful cards that the team have made. Beautiful. So many different options that you can create with these kits. So just again, grab them both while you can for £19.98. If you are a UK customer, add a couple more things, because if you spend £30 you will get free postage, which is always a bonus. But how exciting, we need to speak about Peacock Garden, because we
need to get straight into it, because people might not have watched yesterday, they might not know how extraordinary this collection is.
I know. So let's just have a look here at this incredible pack shot so you can see in all its glory, and that's if you want the bundle. So you've got the kit on the top there, you've got your double-sided papers, the inserts, the bite-sized book, and just look at all those colours of Adorable Scoreable.
And you get all of that for £11.99.
£11.99.
It's madness, isn't it?
It is madness.
It's absolutely crazy, and it's so pretty.
I think that is my favourite ever selection of Adorable Scoreable.
It's very funky.
Oh,
it's very vibrant.
Hot pinks. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
And as well, if you picked up our Brights card blanks on Monday, you know, that will go with these kits as well. I know there's a hot pink in there, so you can easily use that with this stunning Peacock Garden. So I just very quickly flick through if anybody who didn't watch yesterday just wants to see this gorgeous gift in a bit more detail. But how fabulous is it? Fancy peacocks.
It's so lovely, isn't it? Do you know that
love it.
Steph designed this whole thing?
I did.
I didn't until yesterday.
Did you not?
No, and it's absolutely stunning.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
And I know yesterday we had lots of comments coming in to say how good this was, and thank you, Steph, and it's such a gorgeous kit. But you know, the thing is, once you do one, you have to carry on, don't you?
Do it again.
What's she going to bring next time?
Who knows?
So beautiful, all the gold detail in here. It's just so beautiful. Butterflies as well. We've got flowers, we've got traditional peacocks, we've got purple ones, we've got pink ones. I love it, and there's detail in all of this. All the borders have got, you know, those beautiful patterns. We've got little sentiment strips, even, you know, the borders around the smaller toppers are all foiled. I mean, I think this is slightly too beautiful to cut into. It'd be one of those that I get and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
That sits in the cupboard.
It is. When you've got such gorgeous stuff, there is different ways that you can create cards though where you don't have to cut into it.
Yes, true, very true.
There
And
is.
so if you haven't got that, we've still got plenty of stock of our Peacock Garden Club gift, so you can get it either for free, you just pay £2.99, but we all love the bundle, don't we?
We do, we love
Got
this
to get
bundle.
the bundle.
It's incredible.
And just some things that I don't think, unfortunately, will be around for as long as the Peacock Garden. Because it's just too beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
It's our foiled cardstock. So all those colours that you've just seen in the kit, but with some extra foil detail on here. So we've got beautiful flourishes, there's little tiny flowers on there. And then
I think my favourite one's coming up.
and I think it's mine as well. You mean this one?
Yeah.
How lovely is that?
So nice.
It's so good, isn't it? So you're going to get 12 in this pack for just £4.99. So there's 4 designs and you'll get 3 of each. So, you know, you can save one of these just for looking at.
You can.
But you can use 2. So, and then here we've got some with some larger butterflies, some smaller butterflies, and some lovely swirly flourishes there. But I just absolutely love the colours.
£4.99 as well.
£4.99.
It's a bargain.
I know. I think if I was doing the prices, I'd make it a bit more expensive.
No, it's crazy.
And then, of course, we've got this. And we know how everybody loves Miri, but this is our special fairy dust Miri. So 30 sheets for $11.99, which again is an incredible price. But look at these colours.
There's so much you're going to be able to do with this. Die cutting this, it looks amazing.
Oh, I bet.
There's so many fun things.
It's so, I think what draws me to this one is the name, Fairy Dust.
It is a good name.
It is a really good name. And then you might have seen yesterday, we just ever so quickly after the show added a little special bundle of gemstones to the category. Now, these were flying out yesterday.
I'm not surprised.
So if there is still some left, hopefully there is. If there's not, I'll ask if we can have some more added on. But if you are a member, so these 4 packs should come to £9.98. But if you remember, you can grab these for £4.99.
£4.99?
£4.99.
No, you can't.
So I think that's why a lot went last night.
£4.99?
£4.99.
That is an incredible deal.
So you get your greens, gorgeous greens, you get the beautiful blues, precious purples, and I can't remember what the pink ones are called. Pretty pink.
I'm still in shock that it's £4.99.
I know.
I'm looking at you like,
I know.
what? Really?
£4.99 for those beautiful gemstones.
Wow.
And if my maths is correct, 480 gemstones in there.
That's incredible.
Incredible, isn't it? And I'll just ever so quickly show you these two. I know when I was watching you and Dan yesterday on the show,
love this little box.
We had a few comments that because of the artwork and how, like, those colours, a few people thought that these pages were foiled.
Really?
Yeah, but
No.
it's just
that beautiful shimmer, isn't it?
yeah.
Those gold textures in there.
It's just the detailing. So
it's so rich and vibrant. And Dan said regal yesterday. I think that's a good word
regal,
for this collection.
I think this collection is just for me. I'm very regal. But I love it, and I love how many of you love this kit too yesterday. It was so lovely reading through the comments, and I know from being in the office we have heard people all January ring up to say, when's the next club gift?
When are we doing a
and
club
we
gift?
You know, we never say, because
we like to surprise
it's
you.
got to be the surprise, hasn't it? It's
Yeah.
got to be on the day. So we knew it was coming, but the amount of people that just wanted this, so I so hope that you love it as much as we do. And of course we've got that A5 stamp set, that's £10. If you want to add any other A5 stamp sets to your basket, you can get 2 for £17.50. But you've got 2 quite large centerpiece stamps there, and you know, lots of added extras on that. So we've really, I think, was it Stacey or Jen that's made this stamp set? I'm not sure.
I think it was Jen.
Was it?
Potentially, yeah.
But beautiful, and we've got some beautiful cards made with that you'll see on the website. But we thought we couldn't let Natalie go today without doing an extra. I know you did 4 yesterday, but 4's not enough.
4 is not enough.
4 is
honestly.
not enough.
It's not enough for this amazing collection. So I'm actually going to go in with the Hello Beautiful, because I didn't touch this yesterday, and I'm also going to show you how you can use pretty much a whole piece of cardstock, because it's gorgeous. And sometimes, you know, you can do a lot with one piece of cardstock and make some really fun cards. So again, following today's theme, we're going to do a little bit of a fancy fold. So to start off with, what you want to do is trim this down to 7. So I'm going to take that from this top panel, and then we want to make it 10.5. So 10.5 inches will give me, oh, it's perfect. It's just to the edge of this border. So we've still got, I would be using these, layering that up with some Miri and creating little sort of banner strips to go on the backgrounds of my cards. This is what you want to start off with. So 7 by 10.5. Then what we're going to do is we're going to score this. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. I'm going to actually flip this over. So we're going to kind of score my cardstock upside down, but you'll understand why, because I want to keep this whole panel as one. So first of all, we're going to score at 3.5. Oh, just went in a little bit too much there. 3.5, and then at 7. And then I'm going to quickly get my trimmer, and I'm going to trim my cardstock. I don't know if this is going to work. Emily, do we have another piece of cardstock? do this again.
Do you want it from here?
I've trimmed it ever so slightly too much.
Yeah, take it.
When I've scored it, it's, we're breaking this set. We're just going to redo that because when I've scored it, I think we need a new score tool because I've gone through it just ever so slightly too much, which means when we do our fancy folds, we're not going to be able to create the look we're going for. But no worries, because I'll still use that to make another card. Don't you worry about that. So 10 by 7.5. Then on our scoreboard, we will likely score at 3.5 and at 7. So we'll score it there. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in my score again, and I'm going to take this up to the 1 inch mark on my trimmer. So my cardstock is going to sit at that 1 inch mark. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in. So 10.5 means I need to bring it in 1 inch, so 9.5. I'm going to pop in my little blade, and then I'm going to go all the way up to, let's try work this out now, all the way up. So this line, this line sits at 3.5, so it needs to go all the way up to 4.5. So trim that there, and then I'm going to flip over my cardstock because I don't like to try and remember more than one measurement. And this is going to be easier because you can see the notches, 4.5 all the way down to 9.5, and that will give us 1 inch either side of those lines. Then what we'll do is bring it back to the scoreboard, flip it this way again, and I'm going to score at, no, I'm going to do it this way, we're going to do it the right way around. I'm going to score it at 1, and we're scoring sort of where between those two cut lines that we've done. So at 1, we're going to do it at 2 and 2.25, yeah, because that will give us nice sort of like 4 equal panels in this gap. Then we've got our score line here already, so then we need to do another one at 4 3/4, so there, and then my last one is going to be at 6, so that's going to go there. And then it's time to fold it. So I'm going to fold this piece up, and then I'm going to fold my other panel the opposite way so that that stands out like that. And then these little mini panels that we've got here, we're going to mount in and valley fold these. So once you get sort of that first fold in, like so, you can easily then create the other ones. Mount in, valley, do that one again, and then pop that like so, and we can just burnish all of those scores now. So then your card blank, and we'll show you on the front screen so you can see what it's going to look like, will end up looking like this. So you've got that really nice image in the background still, but then we've got sort of steps that we can add our sentiment onto. So let's now decorate this up. Now I was going to use a big foiled image sort of on that panel, but I don't know, because we've already got this beautiful image here, and pop that on. It's the same image pretty much. So instead of wasting that, because we can use that topper on another piece, I'm going to bring in a border strip and pop that over this section here, because that's just going to bring a little bit more life to that. We'll go with birthday wishes, I think, on this card. So let's pop that on, and that can go on this side as well. And then for our little section here, we've got some tiny little squares, which I think might look quite nice. So let's pull these out. And we'll pop maybe one up here on this step, and then maybe put the other peacock underneath on the bottom step, so you've got that real nice dimension in there. So we'll get our tape and start building this up. So I will pop that.
Did you know yesterday you was going to make 4 cards, or did you just decide during the show?
No, I kind of had 4 sort of ready to go.
Yeah.
So I thought if we can squeeze it in, we'll do 4. If not, it's not a problem. But no, it was fun trying to get as many done as possible. It always is fun.
Yeah.
And it gives you so much more inspiration for what you can do when you get this kit home as well.
Rachel has said, "Oh, how I'd like to be inside Natalie's head for the day."
You
We all
wouldn't.
do. We all would love to.
So that can go on that bit there. And then we'll bring in some of our strips again for this panel. I might try and utilise that other piece that we've cut off as well from our border strip. So pop in that.
Michelle has put that may be a scary place to be.
It can tell you it will be. Birthday wishes across here. And then in your other elements, we'll just go in with if we've got some long strips, these thicker ones. Before I make a mistake, I'll make sure I'm sticking this to the right section. So 2 strips on that one, and the same again on our other panel. Like so. And you know what? I've got TV tomorrow, and I thought I'd like to do some more different card shapes that I've not done before. So who knows? You have to tune in to find out if I get even more mad, crazy card designs in.
So are you, see, some people, if they're having a busy week, are not as productive, but you seem to have gone the other way.
I've done a little, yeah,
You're having
I've
a
gone
busy
little bit
week.
crazy.
Yeah.
Gone a little bit crazy this week with how much I am doing, but that's okay. That's how I'm going to use it. Let's add it there.
Oh, this is
Down the
really
middle.
fancy looking.
Oh, got to be careful that we don't stick it wonky, Kelly. You don't want a wonky bit on your card. Put that bit on there, trim that away, and then we don't really need it on that other bit because you can't see it. But I do think that we should add another sort of top sentiment if we can. So this fly high, thinking of you, and love you always. So I think if this love you always, it's just a little bit too long, and the other one is exactly the same. Can we maybe just put it over both sections? Is that going to work? Let's go for it. Let's break the rules, people. If they're there, they're made to be broken.
Yep.
So let's just go over ever so slightly, making sure you don't put your foam sort of right up close to the edge because we are going to go over this bottom panel. So pop that over, try and get it equal. Like that. And then to finish it off with, I think there's only one colour of gemstones we can go for with this, and we're going to have to go with the gold ones. And I'm going to go with medium. And I'm going to put 3 along the down section of that bit, and then I might go in and add another 3 on the bottom panel here, and then our card is finished. So a really nice way of not having to cut into that cardstock, but being able to show off it to its full potential.
It looks so good.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's really cool. It might be one of my favourites you've ever done.
Oh, really?
I just think it looks really fancy.
I think it's quite fancy.
It's very
Well,
fancy.
what I'll do for you as well is we'll post this on my Facebook page, and for anyone who wants the measurements, we'll also put a little guide on there as well, so you know exactly where you need to score and cut.
Yes, and I've just read a comment which you will like. Looks like an art gallery. More mad crazy cards, please, Nat.
Okay, I'll try my best.
That can be done. So that's it from us today. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Go on the website, grab that club gift bundle, grab those Pyramount. topper collections. And then of course, don't forget to answer this week's Win It Weekly question to be in for a chance to win one of our Animal Kingdom topper collections. So what are rainbows that occur at night called? Are they A, sleepy bows? Are they B, star bows? Or are they C, moon bows? So you've got until tomorrow and we will announce the winners about 11 a.m. on, and do you know what is back? Super Savers.
Is it?
Super Savers.
Is this the first of the year? No, it's not, is it? It's the second.
Yes, because December's went into January,
yeah.
beginning of January. So, and it's a Super Savers tomorrow with a slight bit of a twist.
It is, isn't it? I'm excited though.
Yes, and it will be me and Kat here tomorrow. And so we know Kat, she is incredible in the demonstration station. So join us here at 10 a.m. And then if you've not had your fix of Hunky Dory tomorrow, don't forget to watch Natalie on Create and Craft at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. while you're watching your tea, it'll be a treat.
It will be a treat. And she is there with an amazing collection.
I know, we spoke about it on Wednesday.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Well, Dan showed the back of a magazine and said it was coming soon.
Why is he naughty?
I don't know.
He's
but
naughty.
It's coming very soon. Because it's launching on an early bird tomorrow.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just the best thing ever.
And I know there's lots of cat lovers like me, but I adore this collection.
Oh, it's just the best, isn't it?
It is. So, yep. We are 10 a.m. here tomorrow or 6 p.m. tomorrow night on Create and Craft with Natalie, but that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 with me and Kat. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.